Hello, all of my sleepy bears! My name's Chronically Blue, and welcome to the Super Mario Marathon! Uh, so this is actually the well, I wouldn't call it super rare anymore, but this is a rare SNES cartridge I'm playing this off of, where it has Mario 1, Lost Levels, 2, 3, and World, and they actually changed the sprite for Luigi in this version, where they didn't do it in the original Super Mario All-Star Collection for the SNES. And this is the version that you cannot play on the Nintendo Switch Online store, which sucks, but it also warranted me paying the money in order to be able to play this. So what we're going to be doing, we are playing Super Mario World, and I'm going to be showing off literally all the levels. Thankfully, there's nothing too complicated here. We have 8 worlds, 4 levels each. The third level is always kind of the shortest. The second one's a toss-up, it really is. And then the fourth level is a castle level. Now, you may be wondering, Chronically Blue, why are you doing this? Because I have the great opportunity. I get to show off all the e-reader levels from Super Mario Bros. 3, thanks to the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. So that's super cool. As well as, I've already gone ahead and done the entire classic series of Sonic with Sonic Origins, and Nintendo's not gonna redo that. They've already done that on the Wii, and that's long gone by now. So I'm like, you know what? We'll go ahead and do this, because then I can just knock out all the classic Mario titles here. All in one go, all on the same console-ish, and if you go right up above there, that will give you the warp zone where you can go to worlds 2, 3, and 4, but we're showing off every single level here, not the way that you play it, not the way I normally play it. So it was a very different experience from what I'm normally used to. I just get all the way to world 8 in 5 minutes and then struggle. As I'm sure most people do. But we have a very nice, lovely background created by me, of course. And we have the mushroom, which gets you super. We have the coins, where if you get 100 of them, you get a 1-up. We have the sleepy bear with the SNES controller. And we have a little sign showing what game we are currently playing. And of course, we have death. You can't have Mario without death. So with this game specifically, what happens is, if you lose all your lives, 0 does not count, by the way. If you lose all your lives, then you have to start all the way back from the beginning level of the world, which is a lot better than what it was on the NES version, which was, if you lose all your lives, you go all the way back to World 1-1, unless you enter a cheat code, which kinda stunk. It wasn't great that you had to enter a cheat code for that. So with that NES version, it saves your progress, thankfully. So you don't have to worry about losing all your progress, just having to repeat the same 3 levels in order to get to the castle level, in order to move on. Now, with all the introduction stuff being said, I'd be very happy to tell you about my day. And yes, this is post-commentary. Why? Because I was originally recording this during a job fair, as in, I was attending a virtual job fair, and what I thought it was going to be, I thought it was going to be a bunch of interviewers, just like interviewing one person one at a time, asking the specific questions, getting their resumes, and being like, okay, we think we like this candidate, and they're right here, so we will go ahead and, you know, schedule an interview for them today. And hey, look, they did great in the interview. Let's go ahead and keep them in mind, and we will give them an updated answer in about the next, I don't know, like 3 or 4 days, maybe a week if that, or even on the spot. That is not what happened. What happened instead was you get a virtual, it's kind of like a virtual science fair almost. You just go up to the booths by clicking on it. You see all the stuff that they have available. You apply to the stuff you like. People come out to you and be like, hey, why don't you apply to this? And like, oh, okay, yeah, sure I will. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's it. And I was just sitting there for, I got there early too, because they told us to dress nice, so that's why I assumed. They also told us to have the cameras on, so that's why I legitimately thought, oh, this is going to be a bunch of interviews back to back. This is going to be awesome. It was not. I got there early to look good and everything, as well as to make sure everything was up to date and working. What happened was, after 10 minutes, I had applied to everything and got no responses. I got one request from a company for a customer service role. I'm like, that's what I'm getting away from. No thanks. And this other one was like, hey, you want to do this thing? I'm like, sure, absolutely. Great, you gonna fill it out? Totally. Are you lying to us? Absolutely. Yes. Why would I do that? However, to coincide along with that, so the job fair, technically, lasted 4 hours. That was... It was too long. For something that took me 20 minutes to apply for and then hear nothing back. So, I was like, you know what? I might hear something, so I might as well not do audio right now, but I can at least go ahead and play Mario, so I can at least make use of this time somehow. And that's exactly what we're doing. Now, with that being said, I had to go ship some packages off, and I got a phone call. And this phone call was a company that I actually applied to, got an interview for, and it's a bit of a unique story, so I'll go ahead and preface it with this. They texted me saying, hey, just so you know, Chronically Blue, we have not made a decision yet, but we should have a decision by today, tomorrow at the latest. I'm like, oh, okay, awesome. Well, thank you for keeping me updated. So, go do stuff, have a sandwich, do some taxes, drink some water, something like that. And I come back half an hour later, and I saw I had a missed phone call. I'm like, that's weird. Okay, normally, if you get declined, they do in like a text or email. I don't know a lot of people that would call you to say, hey, you didn't get the job. So I try to call them, and I get no response. So then I text them, hey, I saw I missed your call. Is everything all right? And they replied, actually, they called me 20 or so minutes later, like, hey, sorry, you called me right as I was leaving. But yeah, we were calling to extend this job offer to you. Here is the starting pay. You would be working for company, and it would be this. When can you start? I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. I would very happily like that. I could start as soon as possible because I can put in my notice at any time at my current company, and it's just their thing they have. I'm like, oh, okay, we really want you to start on a tax day. So how's this tax day? I'm like, that'd be fantastic. They're like, awesome. We'll send you more information. If you don't get the email, please text me because I will most likely be busy with my 13 many hats that I wear. I'm like, no problem. I will happily message you if I do not get that. That was close, sweet goodness. I forgot how much this game makes my... well, what's an appropriate version for that? I'm sorry, I'm trying really to think of a PG term for that now. It makes my quesadilla tighten. That's the best. No, not quesadilla. Burrito. It makes my burrito tighten. That's the best way to describe it. When you just get clenched and you're like, oh, this is really intense. I am fearful on the edge of my seat. It makes my burrito tighten. I never said I was the best at this. But yes, so I'll be starting that new job very and gotta love death. And I'll be starting that very soon, so I'm very excited for that. I genuinely am. On to today. Today I'm still with Company A, and what's going on is they started training us for a new thing. And it was just like when I first did the training when I was first employed. And by that I mean specifically 20 minutes of being like, hey, here's what you do, and then 9 hours of people trying to figure out why their stuff isn't working because stuff wasn't set up properly. Not only by us, but also by the people that originally set up the electronics and such. So that was fun. I had a very wonderful time watching TikToks, being bored out of my mind, and listening for my name. I know it doesn't sound like Chronically Blue is too much of a common name, but when you have Chronically Online and Chronically Blue and Chronically Depressed, anytime you hear that first part, you stop what you're doing, your ears perk up, you're just like, hold on. Online, not me, got it. I can go back to my TikToks. That's pretty much what I did all day. And there's no better way to put it. That is basically just what happened. And laying in your bed watching YouTube, TikToks, anime is so much better than watching them at school, work, whatever. And the best way I can describe it in a way that would genuinely mesh well with everyone is, you know that moment when your phone is charged and so you can take it off the charger, roll over to your preferred side, and then do whatever you were doing still on it? That's exactly it. You get that little like, oh, this is what I like, this is more comfortable, this feels like a different experience. And I know that we are just now completing World 3 too, but I'll be happy in order to talk about some of the power-ups that we have here, because I just gave you the little update of my day. So the few differences here is that, first of all, the graphics. With the SNES version, they redid the graphics, somehow fit 5 games into one cart. I'm not sure how that happened, but they did it. Here we have the Fire Flower. You get this after you get the mushroom. When you hit a block that's supposed to have a mushroom in it, it will be a Fire Flower. If you hit the run button, or B button, I presume, then you will shoot fireballs, which can turn enemies into coins and or kill them, and that's fantastic. Now, the part that's not fantastic, that I don't like, is if you get hit, when you have the Fire Flower power-up, you would go all the way back down to Small Mario. So you're kind of walking a fine line. Like, oh yeah, I can shoot fireballs now, but at the same time, like, if I get hit, then I'm back to being tiny. And that's not fun. That's not great. The other power-up we have is the Star power-up, where it grants you invincibility for a limited amount of time. I want to say it's only about like 15 or so seconds, where you can just like run forward, destroy stuff, and you just get points for it. It's super cool. Now, we haven't gone to the specific castle yet, or we haven't, I wasn't paying attention, one of the two. But we will get to a castle where we have to do a specific pattern to go through it, and it is a lot more helpful in the SNES version than it is on the NES version. Now, it doesn't just straight up give you the arrows and say, oh yeah, go here. No. You do the path, and then you either hear a da-ding or a ma-ma, and obviously, da-ding is good, ma-ma is bad. Another part here that they changed from the original version is they fixed the hitboxes of the piranha plants. What I mean by that is, on the NES version, you would be able to just run full steam ahead, jump, and clip through the piranha plants. If you don't know what clipping is, that is where you kind of put one sprite into another, but it doesn't register it. So you would basically see Mario putting his feet into the mouths of the piranha plants, sneezing on them, saying, haha, you're too slow, don't care about yours, got mine, and then go over to the next one to do it again without getting hit. Really cool to do, but I'm glad that it's fixed. You know, it's fun to see the first time, and then you start thinking about it, and like, I kind of wish they updated this. Also, we have the little portraits, which is super cool. When you start all of it, it gives you a little portrait of it. In the original NES version, it just said World 1-1, and that's it. Now, we have the new micro platform here, and I hope you like it, because we're going to hate it in a few more worlds. Next episode, we're going to hate it. I can tell you that much. We're going to hate it. So here we have another part where we could do another warp zone, but we're not going to. You may be wondering why that is, and that's because I will be showing off the warp zones in the second/last video of Super Mario Bros. Because, well, I guess that's spoilers, so I guess I won't bring it up as of right now. Yeah, they fixed that, so you can die now. Isn't it great? It's much preferred. Hey Mario, you're going a little too crazy on the death there. Maybe want to pull back a little bit. You know, the Addams family needs some corpses as well. I'm just happy to be here. I really am. It is so nice because normally I get roughly 2 hours to work on videos. That's if my boyfriend's working, and that's once I get off. If I don't have any overtime. Now I get 4 hours. I'm like, sweet goodness, I could get caught up because I can't even. I don't even know what the best way to describe it. The best way I could describe it is imagine having to set a 15-minute timer for when you cook something for 15 minutes. And instead of doing that, the minute it happens, you're like, oh, I'm going to start cooking this thing. We're going to set a 15-minute timer here. You instead set a 1 hour timer to set the 15-minute timer. So you can set the hour timer, go do whatever you want, and then once you hit that go off, you're like, oh, it's time for me to do the 15-minute timer, so I don't have to worry anymore. Because it is just so... How dare you, Mario? It is just so nice to be so well planned in advance and have videos good, ready to go. Mario, you're showing them how horrible I am at this game. Why would you do that? And it's just so nice to have everything so pre-planned and scheduled to the point where I just have to wake up, see what videos uploaded, and send a tweet about it, as opposed to just frantically staying up to like 12, 1, 2, 3 in the morning, editing the video, waiting for it to finish so I can upload it, get the thumbnail out, and then be like, okay, here we go, as I wake up at 11 in the morning. I also hope that you all enjoyed the little teaser I did. I love teasers. They're so much fun. I really enjoy teasers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I uploaded a little teaser on my channel as of Tuesday for not only Super Mario All-Stars Plus World, but also Little Misfortune. And I love teasers. They're so much fun. I like them. I like teasers and polls, and it makes me feel like a little director. I just feel so cool. I genuinely love it. I love it so much. It's so awesome. I love the designing of the backgrounds and making little teasers, getting little clips that I can put onto TikTok. It's so much fun to me. It really is. The part that's not fun is having to make the time to record and then edit the videos, specifically the editing. The editing normally isn't that bad. However, with this specific case, I actually posted a tweet about it, Chronically Blue, but instead of the E, it's a 1. About how, that's it, I give up, because what I normally do in my videos, and I apologize, that a 4x3, is I go through and I crop it with the cookie cutter tool, which just changes the size of the video, kinda, to where it kinda makes sense, but also kinda doesn't. Like, it changes the size of it in order to make it fit into the square. I was getting so frustrated with it, I'm like, you know what? Forget it, we're gonna do it this other way. So what I did was I added a white border to the outside of it, and I had to use it twice for the cookie cutter one, and one for the move and zoom in order to make it look right. So that way, it would still look like it was the TV monitor without me having to spend another 30 minutes on it, because I had already spent 30 minutes on it just trying to get it to look right, not even minding the additional 40 I put into it after realizing, oh no, this doesn't look right, I have to fix it again. It's just the kind of thing that is really annoying, but it's the thing that... Speaking of things that are annoying, it's the thing that's annoying, but something that like most people won't notice, but to me, it was like a very vital part. It's like having to go and get 50 potions before you fight the final boss. And to everyone, it's like, oh, well, that was only 5 seconds because you move forward. And like, yeah, it was only 5 seconds to you, but for me, it was 5 hours. And it wasn't fun. But I'm glad to you that you have this, this wonderful experience of it only being 5 seconds. Which, that's not me hating. I genuinely do appreciate when editors go through and make it so that they cut out large chunks of content so that way it's more fluent. It gets right to the point. It's a lot better. I say this as we watch me go through World 4 2, but we're finally completing it. So that's the plus. I very genuinely enjoy when they do that. I also understand when they don't do that as well, as long as the commentary is good. With the post-commentary, I can very easily just go on a semi-natural monologue while subtly commentating on the gameplay itself. and keep it nice and simple. Now, I will not be doing live commentary for the lost levels. I apologize. That's just, it's very annoying and challenging, and I know that I'm going to be screaming a lot, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear that. You just want to see me kind of be good, or maybe you do want to. You know what? I'll keep that in mind. Maybe I will do maybe I will do live commentary. I would definitely do live commentary for 2, 3, World, because those are the classics, you know? Like Super Mario Bros. 1, everyone's kind of seen it. It's kind of been there, done that. 56,000 Let's Plays of it already on YouTube, all the way back from like 2010s. But, you know, I have to do it as well. It just doesn't feel right if I don't do it. Yeah, so that was the doo-doo I was talking about earlier. So if you ever get lost, just follow the path that I'm going that is correct. And I want to say that's about it. It's only, yeah, for this one it's only 2. Now, we are not done yet. That's Bowser, by the way. We've seen him 4 times now. But if you touch the axe hammer, then the bridge falls apart. And every time that you complete a castle, more toads come out of the bag. But, next episode, we are going to complete Super Mario Bros. 1 to my kindness and dismay, because, sweet goodness, the next 4 worlds are going to be brutal, especially the last one. But that is for the next episode. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you on next time with Super Mario Bros. Episode 2. Goodbye, my sleepy bears.